So here we are. It's quite messy right now. We're just getting ready to sell everything in our house and move to another country. So yeah, it's quite messy and dysfunctional and lots of emotions coming up and lots of change. So we'll give you a little update now. So here we are, day 5 of the advanced master cleanse. 5 fingers. And honestly, today has been wild, quite emotional. Just stuff coming up with parents, my father specifically, and learning to maneuver. Yeah, and us, and the cleanse. So yeah, we're just maneuvering through that and feeling the emotions and allowing them to arise and pass away and move forward to our dreams, really. Yeah.
It's a big initiation, for sure. Yeah, went through a very big healing crisis yesterday. Was really grumpy, wanted to eat. But now I feel like I've gotten over the lump and I feel good. I feel like I can complete the cleanse, and I'm just feeling like very internal though, like all of my energy is going to detoxing, so it's just very like a lot of meditation, a lot of not understanding how my thoughts are working. Yeah, that's what's going on.
And I guess kind of wanting to run away.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday was a lot of wanting to run away from everything really, run away from the cleanse, run away from moving, all of it. Sometimes it's just really intense and it's hard to jump off the cliff, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And trust that we'll be taken care of, and like that our move is in alignment, and just trusting completely in the process. And but it's also beautiful because it brings up so much to move through and to witness, and there's always a greater evolution on the other side, I find.
Yeah. And it's crazy that we're doing all of this during a 10-day cleanse. We're moving and choosing where to go and selling all of our things while also cleansing. So it's just a lot. It's a very, very big initiation, but we're making it through. And
also, a little side note, we're thinking of not going to Ecuador. We'll make another video on that in the future, but I'll give you a little hint what's to come.
Yeah. Cool.
Nom, nom.
What is It's a common thing in the Kootenai boundary for there to be forest fires.
And also the Okanagan Valley.
And Okanagan Valley, yes.
And just the entire amount of BC.
Unfortunately.
So there's all these burnt trees.
It's wild.
Aloha. Here we are at the Kettle Valley River. Yeah, I just wanted to speak about the pine trees here, and also just the forests and how this area is usually susceptible to like wildfires, and just usually the whole like area of BC, less so on Vancouver Island and Vancouver, but yeah, basically like how tree planting in like British Columbia has been like primarily pine trees, which is like a very acidic tree with a small root system. It's important to like also grow deciduous trees, which support and have a wider range of root system, and that can interlock the pine trees and also other trees and plants around them. So like permaculture is very important to come back to nature and in a way mimic nature's ability to I guess hybridize and like interconnect all plant systems. And the forest industry has been focused solely on lumber and completely disconnected from the feminine like reality, which is like diversity and like change and like so I just wanted to put this out there for people who do not have the information about that, is that how nature works and how we can come back to that center. Because Zoe apparently didn't know that. So I was like, huh, maybe people don't know that. So there's a little bit of info and yeah.
Oh. Wait. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah. Jonah Jensen.
Yeah, she's cool. Hello, my name is Michael.
I'm Zoe, and we're the Adventuring Humans. And this is day 5 of the Master Cleanse that we've been on, and it's been quite a journey. We wanted to come on and share some of the symptoms that we're feeling and just some of the detox symptoms that have been coming up throughout this whole process. So yeah, some of the things that have been really common for me have been shivers and shaking and getting really cold and almost like energetic releases in the body, things being like detoxified out. Also migraines and headaches, getting really lightheaded too when you stand up. And also just for me specifically, Michael's had a very different journey, but for me specifically, detoxing a lot of liquor and feeling very like day 4, I would say, I felt very like hungover all day, and I felt like really sensitive. Smells were really sensitive. Everything made me nauseous. I was just really tired and grumpy, and I wanted food.
Quite grumpy, I have to admit.
A little grumpy.
Yeah, and she was thinking of like running away and like leaving everything and going to A&W to get a big ass burger.
A&W specifically?
Yeah, A&W specifically.
Because they
premium food, like the best.
Premium.
Like perfect to break a fast too. Like the best to break a fast.
Yeah. So for me, that's what's been going on. It's been a lot of detoxing liquor and a lot of weird symptoms of being hungover and feeling kind of like drunk when I was in that day 2 phase. Yeah, that's what's been going on with me.
Mm-hmm. And I'd like to add to this too, is that like food, like you drank liquor and then you'd eat food usually.
Yeah.
'Cause just eat shit food. And like the thing is with it is that the food mixes with the liquor and that actually gets attached to the system. So like there's liquor in the mucus that's being released, and all the waste in the body is being released and circulated through the system. So when you experience symptoms, that's what it is there is the old waste moving through the system. And I also like to speak on chronic constipation, and most human beings experience this. Chronic constipation doesn't just mean that there's constipation in the colon and you can't poo. It means that there's a literal constipation through the whole circulatory system, through the lymphatic system, through the intestinal tract, through the entire digestive tract in general, from head to toe. So yeah, I just thought I'd add that because we're also reading the book, The Mucus Diet Healing System, by Professor Arnold Ehret, annotated and revised by Dr. Spira, which is like a premium book. And I haven't read this one actually. I've read the Mucus Diet Healing System just by Arnold Ehret, but revised edition is really nice and he adds another tone to it. So yeah, just props to Dr. Spira for putting that work out there and revising it. For me, today was like really good. Like it felt, well, specific, but besides the morning and like the emotional stuff, but like today was super good. Like I did the Klima board and like it felt so deeply cleansing this time, because before I did it and it was like just so much like stuff was coming out, but this feels much more like cellular and much more like deeper. So there's deeper layers of detoxification, which would be like cleaning out the colon first and then moving to more of a cellular detoxification and regeneration. So each cell is like basically, or cancel that word out, pooping, because apparently you can get sensitized, but so each cell is having like waste removed from it. So it's like an atomic to a like universal, like expansive, like all of nature is basically doing this all the time. It's constantly regenerating and constantly detoxifying. It's constantly dying and constantly being reborn. So like it's really beautiful to feel the cellular detoxification and regeneration, because it just start to feel even subtler into this process, and it feels deeply energetically, like subtly cleansing. So the Klima board plus the water we're using is like premium spring water from our well.
Literally the river.
Yeah,
we're
the river
in front of
right in front of us is like the water we're cleansing our colon with. And like I've used city water before and it was different. It just had a different vibration to it, but this water feels just so healing and so calming and so relaxing. And I just took a dip as well, and that was just so beautiful. And also like to put out there too, there's some content, the Essene Gospel of Peace by Yeshua, which is Jesus, you may know him as. Yeshua is the actual name of Jesus. Yeshua. And he basically goes into fasting, speaks of cleansing the body with the water, the sacred waters of the earth, going to the river and cleansing the colon specifically. So I'd highly recommend looking into that. It's profoundly changed my experience with fasting, and also it's just really beautiful how he speaks in it and speaks of nature. And so yeah.
So my experience on the Klima board has been very interesting. The first day I was shaking a lot and shivering, and I felt a lot of energy moving from my head, but it was very cleansing. You could feel it it feels like your stomach, but it's like the water reaches different parts of your colon, but it feels like it's inside of your stomach, and it feels like it's really cleaning everything out, and afterwards you just feel really like light. And today I feel very light, very open. I don't have cravings anymore. I feel like very rooted in this cleanse now. And I'm just excited for the next few days to see what happens.
Finally.
It's been really hard.
It's been quite a wild ride. And just witnessing it all too, as someone who's done it quite a bit. It's yeah, it's like
it's been a little hard.
Yeah, just be like, I don't know if I want to be with you anymore. This is a bit much. No.
A little bit.
Maybe that's a bit too personal. We'll cut
that happened. That happened. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just a lot of emotions. It's also a very mental process. So I thought it was going to be challenging physically, but it's more challenging mentally than anything. It's just
you have so many thoughts come up and so many fears, and the root fear of it all is honestly death, or just like you're never going to get out of this phase. That's the fear, is that this is going to be your life forever. You're going to be suffering forever. You're never going to feel good in your body, or death. Like, those are the fears that really pop up. So yeah, it's just been a journey. It's been a very emotional journey, as well as physical.
Yeah, fasting is beautiful to face death, especially if you're going to do a water fast or a dry fast. Those ones are deeply profound, and you face nothingness in a way, like emptiness, like you're not taking anything in anymore. And through that experience, there's a deep power in that, and there's a deep power in coming to a place of emptiness, which I'd see it as sobriety, like sobriety from not just like alcohol or drugs, but sobriety from like constant consumption of substances. And a substance could be anything you ingest. So yeah, food for thought, that's a good one. Contemplations by Michael. Yeah.
I do a lot of thumbs up in these.
Thumbs up.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cheers.
Switch it up to peace sign.
The cabin in the woods where we're staying in wilderness. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Sending love.